What's up, everybody? Neely here from NGTGames, and today, Battlefield Bad Company 2. This is a Map Pack 7 VIP map. It's called Cold War, and we're going to begin on the defensive side in this gameplay. I was debating how I wanted to put this video together. I had a string of, well, a full game here, a full rotation of defense and offense here back-to-back on Cold War, and I was really happy with the way both of these maps played out. And for the first 6 minutes or so here, this video, you are going to see the defensive side, and then the video will switch into the offensive side of this map. As you guys know, for all of you who play Battlefield, you usually typically play a map twice in a row, once on the offensive side and once on the defensive side. So like I said, starting off on the defensive side, and this video here is a few weeks old, and I took a break from Battlefield. And then this match here was one of the very first matches that I got back into after taking sort of a hiatus from Bad Company 2. And then I was playing Vietnam, obviously, and stuff like that. But my aim in this one here to start off is a little rusty. And in certain spots here, in certain moments of this game when the action picks up, my aim does get a little goofy and stuff like that. But like I said, that's because I was sort of on a hiatus, and this gameplay's old, although as of right now I have been playing Bad Company 2 a lot. But like I said, gameplay's old, so cut me a break on the aim and stuff like that. Like right here with pistol aim, pretty fail. But in this video, I'll talk about some defensive tactics, some offensive tactics. We'll see where it goes. I'm going to mostly analyze the gameplay here. Nice little knife to the head right there. But yeah, so we're just going to sort of roll with the punches. I sort of have certain things I want to talk about in terms of this map, but overall we'll just see where the video takes us. And as you can tell, I'm rolling with the M16 Spec Act weapon. The Spec Act M16 obviously has to be bought. It's DLC, and it gives you a different skin or a different camo to your gun. I'm sure most of you know this and most of you have it. I just like to use the M16 with that camo because it just looks dead sexy, and who doesn't like the M16? The one thing I will say about the M16 though is the fact that I always forget that you sort of have to have a slower burst when you fire this gun. Now obviously up close you're going to hold on the trigger like a maniac, but one of the things that I tend to do as a player when I shoot the M16, I tend to shoot a little too fast. And in this video, I think you guys will be able to see sort of a mix of fire rates with the M16. After all, Bad Company 2 is a game that's very realistic in terms of the way that the guns shoot and the way the guns handle and stuff like that. So it's definitely going to benefit you guys to see some of the mistakes I make in terms of the way I shoot this M16. Like I said, guys, I had a little bit of a break, so sometimes it takes me a little while to get back into the firing rate or the way the certain guns fire and stuff like that. So again, that's one thing you're going to notice here with the M16. However, when I do get the fire rate right with this gun, the M16 is awesome. It's one of my favorite guns in the game. It's just a matter of, again, getting the fire rate down. And so one of the things about this map, Cold War, again, like I said, is the fact that it's a pretty small and narrow map. And one of the things that's, you know, really chaotic about this map is the fact that mostly every building on this map is going to be destroyed. And it's really just a matter of trying to hold the buildings off from being destroyed early on as a defender. As you can see here, I knew that a lot of these guys were trying to destroy the buildings, but again, who doesn't on this map? And so I sort of posted up here off towards this, I guess, broken down boat here on this icy lake. And I was taking cover trying to defend them from coming down the right-hand side. And it definitely was working here for a little bit. I definitely was noticing that these guys were rushing down the right-hand side. So accordingly, I got behind cover on the right side and was trying to hold them off. But again, to reiterate, guys, the one thing that you definitely have to pay attention when you play this map is, you know, how the buildings are going to be exposed. Now, obviously, on most maps, most buildings are going to be blown up to shreds, but this map is a majority of houses, so a lot of the planning areas on this map are near the houses, so as you can imagine, these houses are going to be getting blown up and whatnot, and I'm a fan of blowing them up myself. Sometimes I'll just shoot random, you know, grenade launchers off the back of my assault rifle just to blow shit up, but that's just me. But yeah, that's one of the dynamics, guys, just to keep in mind, especially when you're playing defense, that anyone on offense is going to try to get into the houses and even try to blow you up out of the houses. And here's a good little route to take to flank some of these guys by these wooden logs, I think it is here. Let me see. Wow, actually a broken down house. I catch this guy sleeping from behind. But this is a good flanking route that I take here to get around them if they're coming down the right-hand side. So, as you can tell here, we were holding them off pretty well. I died, but I spawned out here again on the frozen lake. Not sure why, but I think I joined this game late. I can't remember. I'd have to go back and check the time and stuff like that. And right here's an example of me shooting the gun a little bit too fast, although I do get the kill and stuff like that. But, yeah, as you can see, this defensive gameplay here is already sort of coming to an end. Again, like I said, I think I came in late, but we managed to hold them off. And then the majority of this gameplay from here on out is going to be the offensive attempt to plant the detonation charges. And here's just a little sample of the carnage, as you can see, as I'm sort of looking around here. All the buildings that are blown up. I've played this match this map on Conquest before as well, guys. And it's pretty crazy sometimes. You just see all the buildings when the camera goes to the right here. Actually, great timing, and it says we lost here. This is a glitch, by the way. This happens sometimes. We did win the round, but anyways, as you can see there, the overhead view, it's pretty amusing to see sometimes how the buildings just collapse on themselves at the end of the game, and it's pretty funny sometimes. And I go 16-3 in this segment of defense. And like I said, we're going to switch to the offensive side now as I parachute in. And again, going with the M16 with the 4x scope magnum ammo like usual. And I'm going to try to push down the right-hand side on this one. I felt like the left-hand side is a little iffy. I like that there's trees, and I like that there's some smaller houses here to take cover on. And immediately from the beginning here, when I go to rush, as you can see, I'm trying to get around them. And I sort of do that. I sort of catch that guy right there off guard. And I initially thought here at least that I was sort of behind them. And I thought that I caught them from sort of being unaware. But you're going to see that actually wasn't the case here to start the game. As I felt like these guys actually did a better job in the first two planning areas of this match, holding us off as opposed to the last planning area, which you'll see. And I get stuck on a tree here as I'm trying to move about. But yeah, and here's where I die. Stupid mistake here. I didn't realize a guy was on the turret there, and I got killed. So back to parachuting in here. Again, I think I go down the right-hand side on this. And again, like I said, I just feel like there's a little bit better cover. Maybe you guys agree or disagree with me. But I definitely feel like the right side at times is a little more deceptive towards the defensive side. I think a lot of people get strung up on sort of trying to pin down the left-hand side because it is sort of a little more open compared to the right. And again, another tip that I can give you guys on this map, besides shit that blows up and shit that goes crazy, is to definitely just get right in the other team's face on this map. It's a small map, it's narrow, and I think one of the best ways to obviously rush, to play rush is, well, to rush. It's a crazy concept, I know, but one of the things you can see that I'm doing here, guys, is I wasn't afraid to push up right away. Maybe some of you know if you play with randoms and stuff like that on your squads, you'll get some guys that'll play back and snipe and, be recon. And, that only works in certain situations. A lot of these maps really just require your squad to rush balls all out, excuse me. And the one thing that I think that people get really hung up on is the fact that, so what if you die? I mean, crazy concept, but if you die in this game, you're just going to be able to spawn right back on your squad mate. So I think one of the keys, especially on this map, is to really rush up fast, and hopefully one of your squad members will keep your forward progress, so that way the rest of your squad can spawn. So that's one of the things that I definitely like to do on this map. Since it's small and narrow, I like to push up. And here's some example of some bad M16 aim. Like I said, it was sort of happening because this gameplay here was a little bit rusty on my part because I sort of took a break. And here's another good spot to sort of post up here behind these logs and whatnot, and sort of take cover. As you can see, most of the viewpoints of the three major critical houses here. You got, I believe this is A that I'm in front of here, and then you have B on the right. Let me see here. I can't really tell because I'm on a really small screen, but. Let me blow up my screen here and see what I'm on. But I am going to play it in here. And actually, I am right below B as I blow my screen up here. But yeah, the good thing about where I'm at right now is I got these guys caught off guard for sure. And I'm using this house here as cover, obviously, to to hold them off, so to speak, and to kill them, obviously. But the most important thing here that I'm trying to do in this left side house is to hold them off so I can in turn detonate the charge here down below. And I am going to do that here in a couple seconds. Unfortunately, my attempt to hold them off here towards the end when I plant didn't go so hot, but you'll see some good action here. And here's where I do a double take on this guy. I can't believe he didn't die from the first couple bursts there, but hey, what can you do? So again, like I said, this portion here on the second planting area, if you can actually manage to hold down some of these left side houses, you can actually do a pretty good job because there's a lot of cover. I know I originally started off on the right, and I did tell you guys that I do like to rush on the right a little bit more on this map, but as you can tell there, I was sort of dying trying to go down the right hand side, so I wanted to definitely switch it up, and it worked. As you can tell here, I planted the charge. It was just a matter of sort of my teammates sort of not helping me out here. I can't do everything by myself, of course. This is Battlefield. You know, people are going to be coming at you, especially in rush mode, so one person isn't going to necessarily always win the battle here. And I'm just looking on the map, I don't really see many of my teammates sort of helping me out here, which is kind of a bummer, because I did manage to spend a lot of effort and push up into this house, and it kind of went for nothing. But hey, that's what you have to deal with when you play Battlefield. It's a chess game almost of, you know, who's going to push up and get the forward momentum. Really, if I could sum up Battlefield, I think that's one of the most critical aspects of this game, is the fact that it's a game of pushing up, really, if you think about it. Forward progress is going to win you games. The defense is obviously there to halt your progress, while you're on the offensive side, you're trying to gain progress and plant the charges. And that's the same with Conquest, guys. When you push up in Conquest, you're just trying to get forward momentum and hold down as much as you can. And again, that goes for Rush. So again, like I was saying, here's a great spot here to sort of chill, and then I die. As soon as I say it's a great spot to chill, I die. Those logs that I was behind, again, you could see the three major critical houses, especially by B, and you can sort of look on to A to see if they're up in the windows and stuff like that. So if you guys were looking for a good spot to sort of chill in, that's definitely a good spot. So unfortunately I die and I'm back to square one. We're definitely back to, you know, a retry here. And we'll see how this goes. I need to take a drink here because this is a long commentary. Alright, I'm back in the ballgame. And I guess I wasn't crazy after all. I saw this guy up in the house. You guys are probably wondering, what the hell am I shooting at with the rockets? Well, apparently I heard a guy in my headset. And that's one great thing about this game, guys. If you put your sound on war tapes in this game, oh man, this game sounds awesome. It's crazy. And when I play with my Turtle Beach headset, it's pretty orgasmic. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I flinch a lot and I had to slow down. And you guys will probably notice that some of my movements can be a little, I guess, staggered. They're not always direct. That's mostly because I'm hearing stuff in my headset as I play, and so I got to stop and sort of listen to what's going on. And it gives you an advantage when you play with a headset. And to disrupt what I was talking about, here's some epic fail with the M16. I'm not sure what the hell I'm doing. Totally messed up right there. I think I was definitely bursting the gun too fast. Now, when this medic here, he is just crazy. He comes up to revive this guy, and I sort of get in a jumping match here. And fortunately, I lose. But yeah, back to my point about my, playing with a headset. Playing with a headset in any shooter is critical, guys. But in this game, it really does make I think, a world of a difference, because you can definitely hear where a lot of the shots are coming from, especially the enemy movement. And again, like I said, you'll notice when I push up on the offensive side, a lot of my movements can be a little staggered sometimes. They're not always direct. And like I said, that's mostly because I'm hearing stuff, and as I go, I'm trying not to make a mistake. I'm trying to listen to what the game gives me, and in turn, you know, take cover and then figure out where the shots are coming from so I can move up. So that's one of the things to, well, that's one of the recommendations I can give. I don't want to say that's a tip, but it's a recommendation I can give because this game, again, on war tape sounds so good. But enough of my rambling. I figured I was going to go a little bit into a rambling tangent here about something because this is a 19-minute video, and I don't want to be too boring in terms of analyzing the gameplay. But I guess now that I've taken a little bit of a break from the gameplay, let's get back into analyzing what's going on here. So as you can tell, we managed to get A, I believe it was. I can't. I keep forgetting what side I'm on here. Like I said, my video is really small. I gotta expand it. So I think we're at B here, and obviously I'm gonna try to go down the right-hand side, see what I can work with. And as you can see here, buildings are already pretty torn apart. So it's kind of hard to move up. But you gotta basically work with what you got. You guys have probably all heard that old cliche. You just got to work with what you got, and that's sort of what I'm doing here, moving up through the buildings. I don't manage to plant this, but I do sort of lend a supporting role here. As you can tell, I'm just trying to hold them off. Here I get a guy trying to basically... Oh, I get two guys here. And then I die on the right-hand side. And I think they disarm it here for the first time, and then we'll have to push up again. And there's my squad mate there playing recon, sniping. He's being a little bitch in this one. I think I remember playing with him. I was telling how much of a bitch he was. He wasn't getting in the action, which is really rare for him because my buddy who I'm playing with always likes to get up there and rush. But we'll save that story for another video, I guess. And actually, I got confused. We're at the second planning area, and this last planning area that we're going to be going to here in a couple seconds, we actually get by it pretty fast. Like I said, I thought these guys did an excellent job of, you know, sort of pinning us off for the first two. Now, they didn't do a great job, obviously, because, well, we detonated the charges, but I thought they did a pretty good job of making our life frustrating in this one. And in the third one, I don't know if they lost their momentum or what happened, but this last planning area we got through pretty quick here. It only takes us not even 4 minutes to get through here in the last set. And that's the thing about Battlefield, guys. I mean, I know that you want to hold them off in the the first set, the first planning area, but that's not always going to help you. Obviously, you want to try to make it frustrating for the other team pushing up and whatnot, but you know, don't get down on yourself if you don't hold a team to the first set. Obviously, the first set is usually the easiest to rush on, typically on most maps. That's not always the case for every map, but you know, if you have to hold them off for 2 sets, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Yes, it can get frustrating, but really it comes down to this last planning area, and these guys just crumbled. And this is where I want to say the battle was won in this one. We pushed up. It took us a while, like I said, to get going, to get the first two the charge areas, and then we got to this last charge area, and it was pretty easy. And I sort of questioned what this team was doing, because like I said, they were kind of frustrating us here, holding us back well enough, and then it just seemed like you know, towards the end here, I don't know if they gave up, lost momentum, or if we were just doing a hell of a job of annihilating them here at the end of the map. But I'd like to hear your opinions on that, guys, in terms of defense and stuff like that. What your opinion is on holding teams off and stuff like that. If you feel that it's really critical to end the assault in the first set, or if you feel like, taking your time and prolonging the game, I don't want to say is necessary, but is not the worst thing to do. So I kind of like to see in the comment section what you guys think about that. Obviously, it's nice, to hold off the team only to the one charge set, but by all means, sometimes when you get in these long games like this, which I'm in sort of now, this is a really fun game, especially when these games go long into sort of a marathon session, so it definitely becomes fun after a while. And towards this end of this gameplay here, I'm just holding them off. I noticed they were coming out of their spawn down the left. Just simply taking cover, holding them off, trying to prevent them from flanking us so our team can plant on the right side charge here. You guys don't always have to be the badass and plant the charges. If you can play supportive and help your team, if you notice there's a couple or a few players on your team that are pushing up and really trying to charge on their own, well, there's nothing wrong with staying back like I am and playing supportive and getting kills to help your team plant. So that's what I noticed here off the bat here towards this last charge set. I noticed that we had a couple guys that were really pushing up, and I definitely noticed that these guys were trying to flank us, so I stayed back and played supportive. And so I'm going to spawn here, but it's meaningless. We're going to win this. Again, like I said, this is a long game. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. First 6 minutes were the defensive side of this here on Cold War, and then the full long gameplay here was offense on Cold War. Again, hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I have plenty of Battlefield Bad Company 2 on my channel, so if you're interested in more, come check me out. Link is in the description. So that's it here. Game went pretty well for myself. Hopefully, again, like I said, you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you around. Take care.
Hey guys, we're on Facebook. Check the description of this video for the link to our new Facebook application. Subscribe and get our latest video updates posted right on the wall on your own Facebook page.